So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our video of Mars in the 8th house of the sign of Taurus for Libra Ascendant people, as in what happens when Mars sits in the 8th house in the sign of Taurus, while it also rules the 7th house with Aries, 2nd house with Scorpio. And as always, if you do not know if you have this particular position, what sign it's in, what nakshatra it's in, along with all your astrological details, check out the links here, Astrology.com, where you'll find my books, reports, consultations, and link to my academy, Maghavedic Astrology Academy, where you will especially learn the Nandinari course, including my Vastu course, and all the other courses out there. There's something I wanted to say. Oh, and then also, yeah, I don't know if you guys have checked out my live readings on Instagram. Yeah, I do live readings. People come there and I don't even look at charts. I don't have any laptop with me. I don't have anything with me. I let them tell me the planetary placement and I go from there. So Mars in the 8th house is a very unique position. You know, it's a position. First of all, 8th house, as you know, is a house of transformation, house of changes. Okay. It's a house that represents what you get after marriage. Okay. 8th house is inheritance. And one thing is for sure, this is a pretty prominent placement for somebody to attain inheritance of land from their own family, including the wife may attain land from her own family, but not the whole thing. Of course, that will depend upon the siblings. But see, this is a position where Mars is kind of like combined with Ketu. 8th house Mars is like a combination of Mars and Ketu, including even Saturn. It's like just think about the fact that Saturn, Ketu, Mars are coming together. And the thing is, Mars, especially for a Libra ascendant, rules very strong houses of materialism. Why? Because second house is what? Second house is materialism. Second house is your wealth. It's your accumulated wealth. It's your food. It's the wealth of your family. And 7th house is that desire of wanting everything of the 7th house, conquering other people, having that perfect marriage, having that perfect business, wanting to have that perfect notoriety in public. So these are some of the most prominent desire for everybody, especially now. I mean, a child from some parents from the age of 5, 6 are wanting to make them, TikTok stars. So what happens with this particular placement is that this person on one end is greatly desiring to have all that accumulated things. They're actually hoping and kind of really desiring to have the fulfillment of desires through marriage. They're hoping for that inheritance to come to them. But what happens is there's a lot of frustration in this. There's a lot of frustration. They feel challenged with their desires. Why this person feels challenged with their desire? And especially, it's not you. It's not just you, I should say. If you're a female, this will also be the type of enigma you will see with your husband that you will face. In your chart, if it's a male chart, then of course younger brother will also be seen through this particular concept. Because what happens is here now 8th house is a moksha house. This is why Ketu is co-ruler of the 8th house. Then Saturn comes into play. Saturn is about beginning and endings. Why? Because Saturn, who's the karaka of the 8th house? It is Saturn. And what is Mars? Mars is your urja. Mars is like, okay, I am here now. It's like Adam has been put on earth. You're not there. You don't need to be on heaven. There's no longer astral world. There's no longer causal world. It is this physical world. So here Mars is always looking to conquer something or wanting to achieve. See, Mars is achievements. For a soldier, for a fighter, what is their goal is to achieve and win that war. So we all are little soldiers running around trying to achieve our goals. And the reason why frustration comes in is because that Ketu's energy is there. So with Mars here, the Ketu is trying to distract Mars to understand what is about letting go. While Mars is completely focused, okay, how do I get it? How do I get it? How do I get it? And the thing is, until this person learns the value of letting go, value of not getting everything in my life, only then this person is able to accomplish some of the most greatest goal. They can revolutionize things, they can change things, but they cannot set themselves to a material goal. When Mars is in the eighth house, they need to set themselves a goal. Even subconsciously, they need to write, how can I change humanity before I leave this earth? How do I improve the world that I'm in? And from there, things blossom. Because otherwise, if this person keeps running after those goals, it actually creates problems in marriage. Because also, what happens is this person is very secretive about their wealth. They don't want, uh, they don't want their spouse to reveal the joint assets. And especially, like I said, if it's a female chart and you have Mars in the eighth house, your husband is going to be this way. They're not going to like when you talk to neighbors, talk to their own family about the finances. Because again, what is the eighth house? Eighth house is not just Taurus. Taurus is sitting on the energy of Scorpio. And beneath the Scorpio is the influence of Saturn, influence of Mars naturally, and Ketu. Now, then what happens is, this is the type of person who just naturally loves to deal with obstacles and challenges, especially even challenges of fight enemy. They're not gonna back down. They're one of some people, like if there's a group of people screaming, I remember some of these fights from India, across neighbors and buildings. There's a group of young men challenging some other person from window, telling him to come down here, blah blah blah. Some people with certain Mars and Moon, they'll be like, "Oh, let me just call the police. Let me just call this person." No matter what they have, how big those people are, they will go, because Mars in the eighth house, the challenging position, the challenge where Mars loves the challenge, is the third house. Now, yes, if you got a Mercury sitting there, this is where the dualness will come in. Like, maybe I should go, maybe I shouldn't go, maybe this can happen, maybe this can happen. Now that intelligence is working, when there's no planet there, or let's say, for example, Rahu sits in the third house, this person's gonna take that challenge. And of course, we also see, like, especially in female chart, your husband may actually be dealing with wealth and money, insurance related work. If especially Mars is with Sun, and also let's say Ketu becomes trine from this Mars, this, you may marry a surgeon, or you may marry somebody who would be a officer, like a military or army officer within the government. This is why it's a very strong position. Like, usually, if let's say a lot of people who go into technology can especially do extremely well in cybersecurity, because Ascendant is like your bodyguard, the sign of Aries, where Mars usually is. Eighth house is that secret service. Eighth house is that sniper. Eighth house is all the spy games that take place. Finding out information, okay, president is going here. Is there any threat? Is there anything? Those behind the scenes security. This is where Mars loves to take that particular challenge. Okay, but again, this is not a very good or bad Mars, because those good and bad results of Mars, they're going to be there no matter what planet it is. Mars is going to give negative results and positive results. The severity of that will be seen through other planets surrounding Mars and who's challenging Mars. Okay. So, guys, this was my analysis of Mars in the 8th house for Libra Ascendant people. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below so you don't miss these type of videos. If you want to know where your Mars is placed along with all your charts details, check out the links here. Otherwise, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.